Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of My Panther Pride, man. Week 7 preview. This season is just flying by, man. Way too fast.
I know. I don't even. We got to stop talking about it. It's just gonna keep going.
Right? Look at that. Thanks, Brent.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So,
Well, I mean, I think we got a good week ahead of us. Good week of football. I mean, especially, as a Panthers fan.
right. And like there's some situations where some teams could be like knocked out of the playoffs already and stuff.
Yeah. It's all like those convoluted you lose, I win, or if we both win,
It's a lot of early scenarios.
It is, yeah. I don't subscribe to that too much. I mean, I think it's interesting, like how people can figure it out. Like, all right, like you have to backtrack so much, but that's not for me.
Yeah, we got like 2 weeks until it's actually like set in stone.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what happens this week and next week's really important.
Mm-hmm. Very. And then, I mean, we've been talking about it for a while, but we're coming out of this XFL bubble, and we really got to compete at the end. So, been seeing a lot of people saying maybe we're getting hot too early. What do you think about that?
I think we're finding our rhythm right at the right time.
I don't think
DC came out of the gate hot, and they've been like fizzling out ever since week 2, and like they've had a slow downfall. But us, we've had a couple minor hiccups and some bad coaching that led us to where we're at. But we're really picking up steam and figuring out who we are and coming together as a team. So I think we're on the way up. We're on the uprise, and I don't think there's going to be much to do to stop us.
No, I don't. I mean, it's ourselves. I don't know who I heard say that, but I mean, we're at this point we have to not shoot ourselves in the foot. I think it was actually Analyze and Educate. He was saying no one's stopping Bryce Perkins but Bryce Perkins.
Right.
But Brent, it is in St. Louis, but not unfortunately, because I mean that's not too far for us. So I mean, might as well do it now. We're gonna be there. We Lauren just booked our spot, right? You booked it today. As soon as we get off here, I'm grabbing our tickets. I couldn't pick my exact seats. It was just giving me random seats throughout the row. I did it a few times, and it would give me different sections. So I was like, all right, they're available. I just have to go in and select them. So
right. When I was looking on the computer, I could select the actual seats.
Right. But, yep. So St. Louis, we will be there. What is it? June 14th,
June
right?
14th.
Yeah. Saturday, June 14th. So that should be awesome. I'm hoping we get to link up with a lot of people in the community around the, in this space here, the YouTube space, so that should be a good time.
I'm looking forward to the most before the game is meeting like I said, KJ and Ed from the Bottom Line and
looks like
all
Brent.
the PFN guys. Brent might be there. That'd be cool.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about it. I mean, I put in my time for work a month and a half ago. We knew we were going. We just had to figure it out.
Yep, I put in my time off today too.
So that should be a good time. Hopefully, a few people are going. It's always nice to see familiar faces when you're about. I don't know if I told you the story, but when I went to that NFC Championship a few years ago in Santa Clara, San Fran, I saw a buddy who I was going to school with at Wayne State. Yeah, I was at downtown Santa Clara the night before and bumped into him. It's like, what is going on, man?
That's crazy.
But yeah,
that's kind of like whenever I went to Tennessee at the beginning of the season, and this guy that got fired from my job like 6-8 months ago, I seen his girlfriend post that they pulled into Pigeon Forge the morning that we were leaving for Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, what's up, man? Like, we were pretty cool.
Man, you should have passed overlap a little bit.
No, he came over to the Airbnb and hung out for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was funny because we both live here in town, Still haven't seen each other since we've been back in town. But we've seen each other out of state. It was funny.
Life happens, man.
I kind of agree with this.
Me, I was gonna put that up, but
we both clicked on it at the same time. Yeah, but I agree with that. The game should be in Canton. That would be awesome.
Short drive, great place.
But you want to hop into the games?
Yeah, man. We got some. We got some good games this weekend.
Yep. Sorry, I got distracted.
No, you're good.
DC at San Antonio. What are you looking forward to in this game? What do you want to hit
on? I mean, I'm curious. Really, this is a really curious game, and I know a lot of these games we've seen kind of like the two teams falling or a team about to rebound. Like, there's a lot of this going on in these games, which is kind of cool with a smaller, with an 8-team league. So, for this game, I mean, we got 4-2 DC and 1-5 Brahmas. DC just came off against us, and then the Brahmas just lost pretty big. What was the score margin difference? But anyway, 26-3. So yeah. I'm curious to see how these teams rebound. I mean, they got the new Kevin Hogan in for the Brahmas. I mean, he went 17 for 26, 179, but an interception. So I kind of expect DC to rebound, but I'm hoping to see, Pardee spin this thing around and actually, hopefully solidifies Hogan as the quarterback there, because they're I mean, there's a lot of teams doing the carousel, including the team that just blew them out last week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think DC will end up taking this game. I mean, I'm kind of letting it out there early, but that's what I'm thinking about it. I mean, they didn't look terrible. I know there was a lot of garbage time, yards with Chris Rowland. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that. I would agree that DC will probably bounce back, but it would be nice to see the Brahmas, to see some kind of fight out of the Brahmas, see them bounce back.
So, Brahmas are at home, and so Friday at 8, and they're at home. I don't know if that changes anything for DC. I mean, they didn't look horrific against us, and they definitely were productive. So against a 1-5 team, you'd think that they'd be able to be increasingly more productive, especially coming out of that game. So,
right.
But they did allow over 200 rushing yards, and Pardee just kind of switched the scheme from the old guard to the new. So we'll see how much of that run game really shows in this, and after seeing that from DC.
Yeah, maybe Te'amu will have a better passer rating this week too. Pull out some of that old Te'amu magic that we've seen. I mean,
before. He was like sub 50, wasn't he? He had like 250 yards, 2 touchdowns. But yeah, he was slinging the hell out. He threw it like almost 40 times or over 40. I can't remember.
36 times. But he's been slinging it all year, and that's why he has so many passer yards. But it's like
that's kind of their motive at this point,
But they also had 90 yards in penalties last week against us.
That was us.
Yeah, we had them shook up. With their 11.6 thousand fans.
Hey man,
hey, I'm not mad about it, man. We're slowly growing. I really want to get more people to this last game.
And we've seen people with sub 5,000, and I mean we've remained pretty consistent. I know that our viewership wasn't all there, which I kind of found odd. I'm wondering, I mean, especially because it was until the second half that we really took off there. But who knows? Maybe we just had other stuff going on. But
Yeah, there was a big race that weekend.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
yeah,
I
so
think we're both going DC on this one.
Yeah. Yep. I'm sticking with
DC with our minds, San Antonio with our hearts.
Yeah. I do. I think they do kind of match up well after seeing what we did, but I don't think it's going to be enough. But I think they're definitely going to put up more than 3 points. All right. Well, next game. So we got Saturday at 12. Yep, 12 on ABC. Houston at Birmingham. So Birmingham just put BTA to the Brahmas last week. Houston coming off a 1-point win against Memphis, yeah. What are your keys to this game? I guess. What are some highlights that you are seeing?
Man, I've been saying it since they put him in. Jalen McClendon is like, once they put him in, it's like they figured something out in Houston, and things have been happening in Houston. And
shaky at times, but
they're coming up on what, like a 3-game win streak.
Mm-hmm. They're,
you know what I'm saying? They're
3-3, man. It's still like at some point we've just said it, but it's wide open still. Yeah. I mean, there are still it's still those little nitty gritty for some, but
and Birmingham is Birmingham. Like, they're not playing like themselves, but it's getting closer to the end of the season. Skip Holtz, they've had a lot of injuries at quarterback. So, that's really affecting them.
Sternberger's picking up a little bit, especially a little red zone. I know he only has is it 1 or 2 touchdowns? I think 2 touchdowns, right? Because he dropped 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, Houston does look good. I almost want to go for Houston here. Yeah, but I don't think
I do, but I don't think it's smart, because
I feel almost
if they start heating up and they come against us, I think they're going to be a tough opponent. Even if they come off of a loss, they're going to be a tough opponent. Like, we've already said it, the last 3 weeks of our season, they're crucial. We got their 3 USFL games.
These 2 teams back and forth. So hopefully we can go the loser of this game, then the winner, then the loser. But I think Birmingham's going to win. But I got Houston in my heart. I want to see Birmingham lose. I'm sorry.
But, they're both USFL teams, so I don't want either one of them to win, because that's going towards one of their conference wins. Because they're like, we're all locked up with each other right now.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever wins that game, I think they're going to take an edge in the USFL conference, but that's until we face Houston the following week.
Do you feel like I don't know if I just thought of this, but do you feel like at the beginning of the season, it was a lot of talk about the XFL conference being more, stronger, more put together, really, even though Birmingham has won as much as they have? Now it kind of feels like roles are almost switching the other way. Like, I'm not saying they're bad teams, but they're falling. Like we said, you got to get hot at the right time. And I kind of feel like it was looking like the race was being won, and now I feel like the USFL is kind of taken off.
Yeah. Like, DC started off real hot, but Michigan, we started off a little rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going real good. DC's kind of falling off. San Antonio's really falling off, but Houston's picking back up. Birmingham's still in it, but they are hot garbage.
But I still think it's going to be enough. I don't think CJ is going to walk in there and out coach him. So
no, I think Houston's going to be more competitive than what we're expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't bring our A game and start off hot and finish hot, we're going to lose one of those games.
Yeah, essentially this is the start.
We play like we played against DC and let Bryce Perkins do his thing and have Marcel run that offense like he did, and our defense stays tough, I feel like we could really win this out. We could go on a run.
Well,
it's big talk. Anybody can win on any Sunday.
I like it.
Don't say that I'm like. It is big talk.
I feel very comfortable at 4-2 right now. At where we are and what we're dealing with, but there is still, we got to get through these. So, All right. So we both got Birmingham, both got DC, but our hearts are the opposite way in those games.
Right.
So now we got
kind of how things go towards the end of the season.
So now St. Louis at Memphis after a 1-point crucial loss. I mean, they Dresser win. I thought he was taking that win, but it just didn't work out that way. So, where do you want to start with this one?
St. Louis.
I mean,
their defense definitely stuck it out against Arlington. They really didn't do too much last week.
No,
they had a real touch and go offense. It didn't really.
They really did, and they were teeing off. St. Louis had the defensive and special teams players of the week. Shout out to Pizza Hut.
Peter's a Hut.
Yeah. Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't really. How do you think Memphis's defense is going to react to the Duggan show, which is, kind of developed into the same, he's pulling or shooting?
I mean, like we said, Memphis has one of the better defensive fronts, and I think if they can figure out and maybe even put like one of their linebackers as a spy on Duggan, they could. There's potential they could have an upset in this game, but I think St. Louis has this. I'm sorry, really? I just kind of blurted that one out, but
that's what I did the first one. I was like, oh man. So yeah, I do. I think that it all depends on what they do, and it does worry me because of what we did against them last time we played them. But we've showed it multiple times now. Bryce Perkins is going to be Bryce Perkins. It doesn't matter who the defense is. So I don't think that Max Duggan is going to be able to replicate that going into there. And I think as well, Memphis's defense is not the same it was then. Season moves fast. Teams are evolving fast right now, especially, I can barely keep up with transactions at work, man. I mean, I'm not just us, but trying to figure out what's going on around the league. But that being said, I am thinking Memphis is going to have this at home.
That would be good for them.
It would.
I hope they do.
And this is one where my mind leaned more towards my heart, but it's because of that. I think that, simply put, I don't think they're going to be able to do what they've been doing as easily as we did, and against Memphis, and especially we played them on the road, here. So for them, it was on the road. So now they're at home, and they got St. Louis coming in. Hey, man, I'm rolling with Memphis this week.
There you go.
It feels weird. It feels weird because of the record, but we got 4-2 and 1-5, but
we got to fall on the opposite sides every once in a while. We can't always agree with each other.
Yeah,
but I think that
St. Louis sucks.
St. Louis does suck, but Memphis sucks worse. But I don't know. They have. Dresser Wynn has done something with that offense the last couple of weeks. They look better.
They're going to be.
Do they look good enough
after
to beat
last
St.
week?
Louis? Like, I know we had bad coaching decisions and a couple of bad plays and some calls that didn't get called, but that was a winnable game for us. But they kept up with us.
They didn't.
It would have been a close game if some of that stuff would have went the other way.
They didn't do much. They didn't do much last week, right? Not saying that they put up 12 points. So,
yeah.
Granted, Memphis only put up 20, but I think There's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. They're gonna be angry. That team is gonna be so pissed coming off that loss, man. I think they're gonna be able to flip that around and use it. Right. Dresser win for the win.
That's something I can get behind, but I'm still going to fall on the other side. I'm going to go with St. Louis. Just so we're on different sides.
I was trying to coax you over here, man. The grass is greener.
I mean, it's close. I thought about it. I can hear my kids in the background, guys.
Yeah, one of them's freaking out. Sorry, the other day my tortoise was getting trapped, man. We're good.
I'll be right back.
Oh, they're taking off. I hope nobody's dying. All right, we'll find out soon. Mike, I'm worried. Ooh, all right. DC, Houston, Swords of Wings. He can't even type St. Louis. That's kind of funny. He couldn't even type
Swords with Wings.
Yeah, he went city, fake name, state.
Yeah, Mike's not a big fan of St. Louis.
No, he's not. Openly too, very openly.
Very open.
All right, is everything good?
Yeah, I was just trying to get him to like settle down for a second.
I didn't know if somebody was hurt or something. I literally heard screaming. I was like, dang.
No, that's just Buggy being Buggy.
Oh yeah, you can't control her.
So, final game that we're going to talk about, because we always leave our game for last because we're always talking about our stuff last, so we can talk about it the longest.
Mm-hmm. Now we know our time.
Right.
All right, so heading down to Texas. Well, staying in Texas. So is home game? I mean, this away game, home game. You know, it's got to be nice.
No travel time.
I mean, you know, we know Ryan and Cole. They're going to be in their sauna the night. You know, they're going to be doing all that stuff. So it's probably, you know, that's a benefit.
It's probably favorable for whenever you have to play in Arlington.
So it's kind of crazy that Arlington's 3-3. You'd think that they'd have a little bit of rest and recoup. Got a lot of home games.
Right. Because everybody I don't know if everybody, we've talked about it before, but whenever the teams go out to their games, both teams travel to the city at the same time.
On the same plane.
On the same plane. So home team is in the front, away team is in the rear. And then once they land, they go to their respective buses, and I think they have separate hotels.
I would assume so.
I think they have separate hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after the game, they immediately get back on the buses, then go to the airport, and get back on the plane with the team that just beat them, or they just beat, and have one hell of a awkward fucking fly home.
Yeah, dude, talking shit the whole game, and then you gotta like get on the plane and be like, oh, excuse me, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Right.
Oh man.
Just hold it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't trust them.
No shit. But so we got they have the Spring King, but this spring we have the King. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I would agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
What, 3 out of 6 weeks he's been the offensive player of the week?
Yeah.
Bryce gets to wear the crown so far this season as a spring.
And is heating up, which is the crazy part.
He's eating, boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 13 for 18, 188 yards, 2 tuds, and then what he had 70 something on the ground. 70, I don't know what it was, but 70 something on the ground with that touchdown, that you know, stiff arm, and then the spin. Oh my God, man, the guy's amazing. But how do you think we stack up here? How do you think our offense against Arlington's defense?
I think what I've been saying for the last few weeks, man, we get in there, we get in hard on their quarterback. You know, rush them, make them make quick decisions or bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is Luis Perez, but he's been looking real touch and go this season.
Right. So again, I mean, we're swapping here a little bit in that Arlington and DC. So DC just played against Max Duggan and they weren't able to get much. But again, Perkins is a different athlete and we got a different line. So I'm excited. I think we're going to continue to run the hell out of the ball.
I agree. And like we totally dominated the clock. You know, our defense held their offense to minimal time on the field. Like I said, 9 total minutes in the second half. That's crazy.
In Arlington, I believe they got their centers out or was out. So they had a backup center. So Perez got sacked, 3 times, right? 3 sacks, an interception, 2 fumbles. Jeez. So, yeah, he was getting walloped. So I'm very curious to see what we can do against that offensive line because they're going to want to galvanize quick. I don't know if they've made any changes. I haven't really paid attention, but so I'm curious to see how much we're able to influence the game through the pass rush or just how we operate around Perez.
I agree with you there. I mean, but like I said, we put some pressure on him, make him make some mistakes. You know, he's also good for a pick in the second half. I've noticed, and we got the DBs that can do that.
We're down 1. Speaking of which, so yeah, Taylor. I don't know exactly what happened, but he's out.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't. It's hard to. The injury reports are very vague. You're not. You don't see like medical things. Well, openly, I guess. I'm not searching too hard, but yeah, man, we got him down, and then Palmore's down for the season, I believe. So Palmore has been the kind of the guy recently, if not on the stat sheet. You know, he's in there. Especially he got the early sack against, I want to say, St. Louis. But yeah, so I mean, I think we're going to be affected. I don't know if we're going to be as effective as St. Louis was, but I think we're going to be able to get after it, man. I think Kenny's going to be putting some pressure on the edge, and I think we just might see Frank. You know, there's a lot of, side to side last week, so I'm hoping they put Frank downhill a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a great job containing everything with DC. You know, they didn't get many positive yards on us.
No, yeah, it was a great game, man.
Yeah, I mean, even if they do keep Frank going east and west, you know what I'm saying, and he just keeps, like Ryan said, one of his favorite things to do as an offensive lineman is fight the fat kid. Just keep washing him down, fight him all the way to the sideline, take him to the parking lot,
grind him down, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Balazs.
Yeah,
shoulder
Balazs is out.
Yeah, he's done. Hey, man. I mean, they're and that's even something that they can't lean on that they have heavily. I mean, he's gotten them out of some situations and kept that ball rolling through, late in the game. Or kind of reminds me of Marshawn Lynch. Kind of takes a while, stumbles into it, but when he gets going, dude,
he's going.
Yeah, he's going.
Yeah, but I forgot what I was to say. Oh, back to our injuries, is we signed a DB. Keontae Harden,
who played.
We haven't signed.
He played in 2023. Yeah,
we haven't signed a defensive lineman back. So I think Breeland Speaks will be coming back next week.
Let's go, Breeland.
I hope. So I think that's why they're not rushing to sign a defensive lineman just for a week.
Oh, and
our punter's back.
And Sampson's back.
Yep, Sampson will be off suspension. Hey, but I thought I seen him move to the inactive roster.
Oh, did he? He might be getting punished. Yeah. That might be a Nolan thing. Not gonna lie.
But we have a couple comments. Calvin said Perkins is third in total yards, second in TDs, first in completion percentage.
So, it's going nuts, man.
And Renegade signed Tony Jones Jr.
Thank you.
Tony Jones. Mike said Speaks will be back.
Yeah, he will, but hopefully sooner than later.
No, we need a safety. I mean, you can change those up with schemes, and some DBs can play safety and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because we're pretty physical on the back end. I think. I mean, there may be receptions, but there's not a lot of yak. Regardless, if you get away from, players on the right side in blue jerseys. But aside from that, they're pretty well contained, especially with Puka or Kai back there. So I almost said Puka. But yeah, so I mean I wouldn't disagree that we could use help, but I think that they'll be able to manage because of what we have done on all, on the back end, in the middle, and up front.
Right, on all levels of the defense, we're doing pretty good. I mean, we're banged up a little bit in all three positions, but we've had the depth and the right GM pick up the right people at the right time to fill in where we needed to.
Yeah. Shout out Steve.
Yes. Shout out to Kazor. And Kazor we trust.
Man. But I mean,
somebody else we haven't talked about that's really been lighting up the last few weeks, besides for Bryce Perkins, is our favorite person from the golf course, Toa Tua.
Oh yeah,
that player is just pounding the rock.
What did he say? What? Yeah, you're gonna say it. I don't have it memorized.
It was they were going around asking.
Oh yeah.
100 people versus one gorilla, who would win? And he was like, one Toa versus 100 gorillas.
No, I thought you were gonna say I think it was after his touchdown, and they were asking,
"Oh, you to raise me?"
Yeah, it took a village to raise me. It's gonna take a village to take me down.
Woo! Woo! That's good.
That was good, man.
For sure.
Well, I mean, if it's not obvious, I mean, Michigan.
Oh yeah. Michigan by at least 10.
10. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think it's a 1.5 point game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what the bet lines are calling for.
Don't quote me here. Let me look it up.
But yeah, I think now that you brought that up about and we started talking about it, the hub, and it pretty much essentially being a home game, that's a big advantage for everybody, and I think the Panthers are going to pounce on that for sure.
It's now a 3-point game.
Oh,
so we're Michigan -3.
Look at that. Toa Tua's balling. 233 yards, 47 attempts, 5 yards per attempt, 4 TDs.
I wish I could type fast like that. It takes me so long.
I know.
All right. Do you want to do a score prediction? Or no? Ooh, is that for Toa? 84.7?
I think so.
Yep, I need a Toa card.
Oh, they better have him next year.
Right.
Well, I don't know. What do you got for a score prediction?
I think. I mean, I'm not saying we're gonna lean conservative, but I don't think it's gonna. I don't know if we're gonna put up what we put up last week.
Oh yeah, I don't think we're gonna get close to 40.
So I'm going 23-13. So I think they'll break what they got beat by last week, but only beat it by what they got beat by, if that makes sense to you.
I was going to do 24-12.
Ooh, that's not bad. A little scoregami, and then they get beat by what?
We'll convert, and they won't. Or they'll have to rely on their kicker.
Okay.
That's how I see that going down.
All right, man. Well,
I mean, we were 4 for 4 in the red zone last week, bro.
Yes, but
27 first downs.
I don't want to get overly optimistic. You know, I mean, I am, but I still think we're going to be productive, but not extremely.
Look at Mike.
See, when I look at that, I'm like, I mean,
it's possible, but that's a long day of work.
That's a lot of things had to happen. 31, 24. All right. People are a lot more. I like defense. So maybe that's my problem. A lot of people want to see scores. I like seeing
stops.
Some hard fought game. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody likes cool touchdowns, but yeah. Like when the crowd's rocking, the defense is going, the energy's high, and they get a stop on, or to tackle for loss to make it, third and unmanageable, or fourth, it's I love that.
Taking it to that fourth down.
Yes, sir. But all right, well, so
you're talking about being overly confident. We'll see you guys at the championship.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Like we said earlier, we already got our house booked, rented, paid for.
Hey, man. Even if it's not
as soon as we get off.
Yeah, even if it's not us, we'll be there. But it's gonna be us, so that's all right.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. Like my Panther Pride's gonna be there.
Yeah. I'll be there. If we win, I'm gonna buy a jersey for sure. I gotta get that jersey. I'll wear it there.
Well, the
Jaden's.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
All right. Well, I think that's all we got. So we both got DC, but we want San Antonio. We both got Birmingham, but we want Houston. You're taking St. Louis. I'm taking Memphis. We're both taking Michigan. And we will see you at the championship.
Yes, we will.
All right, man.
We were also thinking about a tailgate for the last one.
Yeah.
We were going to do it a little bit differently. We're working on that. Just figure we let you guys know.
I mean, kind of the same. Maybe we just spread out a little more. I mean, that parking lot there was a lot of room. I don't understand why they're so anal about it, but it is what it is.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, tailgate, same spot, might as well. Like you said, people already know we're there. Maybe we'll get some free hot dogs again.
I think it was creepy. So we'll end on that note.
Yep.
And as always, Panther fans, remember,
let's hunt.
Sucks.